Seniors, do this immediately. If you fall and can't get up, 5 life-saving steps. Imagine the unthinkable, a sudden slip, a dizzying moment, and then the jarring impact of the floor. Your mind is clear, but your body refuses to respond. Panic sets in, breath catches, and every second feels like an eternity as a silent crisis unfolds. This isn't just a hypothetical scenario, it's a terrifying reality for millions of older adults every year, where a simple fall can unravel independence and quality of life in an instant. Last winter, a 78-year-old individual reaching for a mailbox experienced this nightmare firsthand. Unhurt badly at first, they couldn't get up. 40 agonizing minutes passed before anyone found them, by which time their body temperature had plummeted. The most shocking revelation wasn't the fall itself, but the chilling confession made later. I didn't know what to do. I panicked. My own body stopped listening. This is a profound, urgent, yet rarely discussed challenge facing older adults today. What truly happens in those critical first minutes after a fall, and how can 5 simple, life-saving steps literally empower you to rise and reclaim your independence, even when you feel utterly helpless? You won't want to miss the final habit, or 99% will miss the last tip and will be stuck with fear of falling and immobility for life. Experts who have dedicated decades to studying how aging bodies react under sudden stress universally agree. Falls are not mere accidents of weakness, they are profound tests of preparation. Medical research from leading institutions globally demonstrates that immediate informed action within the first 60 seconds of a fall can drastically cut post-fall complications by over 40%. Yet, astonishingly, few people are ever taught these crucial empowering actions. This is precisely why understanding these steps is not just beneficial, it's absolutely vital. Every year, a staggering 1 in 4 adults over 65 will experience a fall, and a tragic half of them will never fully recover their prior independence. But here's the game-changing secret. Most of the devastating damage doesn't stem from the fall itself. It erupts from what happens, or critically, what doesn't happen, in the moments immediately following the impact. The chilling truth is, fear often paralyzes the body, freezing you in place, and that freeze becomes a terrifying barrier, delaying crucial help. Today, we're going to demystify this process, walking you through 5 incredibly simple, yet profoundly powerful movements and mental resets. These aren't just theoretical concepts, they are proven strategies that keep your blood flow steady, protect your vital organs, and help you summon inner strength you never knew you possessed, even when you feel utterly defeated. Forget fancy equipment or expensive gym memberships. This is about harnessing your body's inherent biology wisely. So, if you live alone, or if you care deeply for someone who does, you absolutely must stay with us. By the end of this conversation, you will possess the simple body mechanics, specific breathing patterns, and precise positioning strategies that emergency responders wish every senior practiced long before they ever faced a fall. We're not just discussing mere survival, we're unlocking confidence, cultivating calm, and empowering you with the unparalleled ability to help yourself when every single second counts. This knowledge is your ultimate shield against the insidious fear of falling. The common misconception is that the impact of a fall inflicts the most harm. But surprisingly, medical professionals reveal it's often the body's frantic reaction after the fall that causes greater injury or prolonged distress. Many patients vividly describe it as if time itself slows down. Their mind remains acutely aware, yet their limbs become stubbornly unresponsive, refusing to budge. This terrifying freeze happens because, in that split second of impact, your body's ancient nervous system triggers a primitive, almost instinctual reflex. It's the same defense mechanism observed in animals when they are injured or threatened. Heart rate slows, blood pressure dips, and muscles involuntarily stiffen and go rigid. This phenomenon is known as tonic immobility, nature's instinctive pause button. However, in older adults, this pause, while initially protective, can rapidly become a perilous trap. It can lock you into a position where vital blood flow to the brain or limbs becomes dangerously restricted. This explains why countless individuals report feeling profoundly dizzy or unexpectedly weak, even after what seemed like a relatively short or minor fall. Physiologically, in those disorienting moments, your brain's delicate balance centers are overwhelmed by a chaotic combination of sudden shock, a rush of adrenaline, and abrupt shifts in blood pressure. The vestibular system, housed within your inner ears, floods the brain with signals that drastically contradict what your eyes are seeing. Your brain hesitates, desperately attempting to reconcile this internal chaos. In youth, this vital recalibration takes mere seconds. Yet, for individuals over 60, this critical process can stretch into prolonged minutes. And it is precisely within these minutes that the insidious grip of panic often takes terrifying hold. This point is absolutely crucial. Once fear seizes control, breathing becomes shallow and erratic, oxygen levels plummet, and your muscles tighten even further, effectively locking your body down. It feels as if your body transforms into an impenetrable locked door with no key to unlock it. The heartbreaking plea from many who have experienced this echoes, "I knew exactly what I needed to do, but I simply couldn't move." This brings us to the first utterly life-saving step, and surprisingly, it isn't about physical movement at all. It's about breath. Slow, deliberate, and controlled breathing is the secret to restarting critical communication between your brain and your muscles. A groundbreaking 2022 study published in the Journal of Geriatric Emergency Medicine unveiled a startling truth. Seniors who conscientiously practiced diaphragmatic breathing immediately following simulated falls regained muscle coordination up to a staggering 40% faster than those who neglected this vital technique. This conscious breath acts as a profound reset, bringing essential oxygen and a renewed sense of control back online. It is the fundamental cornerstone upon which every subsequent life-saving step is built. So, before you even entertain the thought of attempting to get up, your absolute priority must be to regain mastery over your breathing and heighten your body awareness. This isn't just about calming nerves, it's about rebooting your body's entire internal system, so to speak. Think of it as rebooting a computer that has completely crashed. Your muscles simply will not obey commands until your nervous system has been gently calmed. And that invaluable calm doesn't magically appear by trying harder or by panicking more. It emerges from the deliberate act of slowing down, taking control. Even just 2 deep, deliberate breaths inhaled slowly through the nose, followed by 1 long measured exhale through the mouth, can initiate the profound process of restoring inner strength and mental clarity. This represents an incredibly empowering shift in perspective, because many seniors mistakenly believe they require immediate physical assistance, when in reality, the very first and most critical step towards safety is something they are entirely capable of doing themselves. This simple act of conscious breathing is a powerful internal lifeline. Once your breathing has visibly slowed and the initial wave of panic begins to subside, what comes next? The immediate instinct for most people is to push themselves up without delay. Yet medical experts warn that this is precisely when significant secondary damage often occurs. The first 2 minutes following a fall are not for making any sudden movements. They are sacred moments for listening intently to your body. Your body speaks quietly after trauma, and if you rush, you risk missing crucial warning signs. In medical circles, this vital phase is often referred to as the stillness check. It's a brief yet incredibly vital pause that empowers you to accurately determine if any subsequent movement is genuinely safe. This stillness check is a truly fascinating and counterintuitive concept. So, what should someone actually do in those pivotal 2 minutes? First, and this is critical, keep your head precisely where it landed. Resist any sudden urge to twist, turn, or crane your neck. For just a moment, gently close your eyes and consciously bring your awareness to 3 key aspects: your breathing, any sensations of pain, and your overall orientation. This means asking yourself, do I know exactly where I am? Can I clearly recall what just happened? If you can answer these questions with clarity and without confusion, it's a strong indication that your brain is functioning properly. This serves as the critical first step, unequivocally confirming your consciousness and acute awareness. But what if you feel disoriented, dizzy, or confused during this essential check? That is your undeniable signal to remain precisely where you are, stay absolutely calm, and do not attempt to move. Dizziness or disorientation frequently points to an inner ear disruption or a sudden alarming drop in blood pressure. A significant 2023 study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society revealed that seniors who conscientiously remained lying still for at least 90 seconds after a fall experienced a remarkable 30% fewer secondary injuries compared to those who impulsively attempted to get up immediately. This crucial pause grants your circulation a vital opportunity to normalize before your muscles are called upon to act again. This finding is truly remarkable and profoundly counterintuitive. Our ingrained instinct is often to immediately prove we are fine, to quickly regain composure and stand. But as medical professionals emphasize, patience in these critical moments buys you invaluable safety. Absolutely. After completing that short but vital stillness check, you can gently begin your micro-movement check. Start with your extremities, your fingers and toes. Can you wiggle them deliberately without experiencing any sharp, stabbing pain or tingling sensations? If so, very slowly and deliberately, move your awareness upwards, checking your wrists, then your ankles, and gradually your knees. This methodical, slow scan acts as a powerful neurological reboot, activating proprioception, your body's intricate awareness system, which systematically restores vital coordination. You are essentially reawakening the crucial communication pathways between your brain and your limbs, piece by careful piece. This isn't just a physical recovery process, it's a sophisticated, real-time neurological retraining session, and this method is strongly supported by scientific research. Studies conducted at prestigious institutions like the University of Kyoto have consistently shown that gentle, deliberate limb activation following a fall plays a critical role in regulating blood pressure and significantly preventing fainting episodes, particularly in seniors who experience autonomic instability. It's akin to restarting your body's intricate internal compass, recalibrating its navigational system. Moreover, this methodical step inherently reduces fear. Each small controlled motion acts as tangible proof that parts of your body are still functional, still under your command. Every successful micro-movement meticulously builds and reinforces confidence, acting as powerful medicine against panic. Once you have confidently confirmed that there is no severe pain, no lingering dizziness, and no confusion, then and only then can you begin to cautiously plan your repositioning or start to crawl deliberately toward a stable surface. This entire sequence of movement must be executed with absolute deliberation, never rushed or impulsive. We will explore the precise way to roll, brace, and rise next, ensuring you avoid straining your spine or cutting off crucial circulation. This exact sequence is a method used in hospitals and physical therapy clinics worldwide, specifically designed to help older adults rise safely after a fall without succumbing to injury or debilitating panic. So, let's consider a scenario. You've meticulously completed the stillness check, taken those restorative deep breaths, and confirmed there's no sharp pain or disorienting dizziness. You feel stable, yet you're still on the floor. This is often the point where immense fear resurfaces. You know you absolutely need to get up, but the terrifying unknown of how to do so without causing further harm is paralyzing. What is the single safest, most effective way to begin this critical ascent? That fear of the next move frequently inflicts more damage than the initial fall itself. The body instinctively tenses, and the natural inclination is to try and rise too quickly, often resulting in a twisted spine or an overloaded weakened joint. The correct, medically endorsed method is characterized by calm, absolute control, and is rigorously supported by decades of physical therapy research. This invaluable technique is universally known as the roll and rise method. This technique is something every senior should commit to memory. Let's meticulously walk through each crucial step. First, gently bend one knee slowly and methodically roll onto your side. Choose the side that feels inherently least painful or restrictive. As you perform this gentle roll, actively use your arm to comfortably support your head. Once you are securely on your side, pause. Take another deep, calming breath and consciously ensure that the room isn't spinning or disorienting you. This seemingly simple pause is absolutely vital, as it effectively stabilizes your blood flow before you attempt to continue any further movement. This emphasis on deliberate pauses is key. It's not a frantic race, but a carefully orchestrated rhythm. Next, with control, bring your upper body further forward until you are comfortably resting on your elbow and forearm. From this position, push very gently until both of your hands are flat and firmly planted on the ground. Then, move one leg forward so that you are now stably on all fours, hands and knees. This position is incredibly powerful and secure because it intelligently distributes your body weight evenly, thereby minimizing strain on your spine and major joints. It's the identical, time-tested technique that rehabilitation specialists employ for comprehensive recovery training. It's fascinating how this method almost mirrors a primal instinct, much like how children instinctively learn to crawl before they walk. This parallel is no mere coincidence. It represents one of the body's safest, most inherently stable movement patterns. Once you are securely on all fours, begin to crawl slowly and deliberately toward a sturdy, reliable piece of furniture. A robust chair, a solid bed, or a firm couch works optimally. Place your hands firmly on the seat or edge of this support. Then, bring your strongest leg forward, ensuring your foot is planted flat on the ground. Maintain steady, controlled breathing throughout this entire sequence, utilizing the combined strength of both your arms and your front leg. Push up gently and smoothly until you are in a stable half-kneeling position. This ensures you are never jerking abruptly upwards or twisting your body. Instead, you are meticulously transferring your weight gradually and safely from the floor to the support. And here's a crucial detail many people overlook. Your vision plays a significant role. Keep your eyes consistently focused on the horizon, not peering down at the floor. This simple visual anchor helps stabilize your vestibular system and profoundly assists your brain in coordinating balance. Once you are fully upright, maintain a firm hold on the supporting furniture for a few seconds before attempting to take any steps. This critical pause allows your blood pressure ample time to normalize and stabilize. It's truly such an intelligently designed yet deceptively simple system. Breathe, roll, crawl, rise. A compelling study from the National Institute on Aging revealed that seniors who were meticulously trained in this exact sequence experienced a remarkable 45% fewer post-fall injuries compared to those who instinctively tried to pull themselves straight up. This underscores a powerful truth. It's not primarily about brute strength, it's about mastering the correct sequence. Your body inherently possesses the knowledge of how to rise safely when you provide it with ample time and clear, deliberate direction. Even individuals who may be considered frail can achieve independent rising with this method, provided they maintain calm and focused attention. Therefore, this isn't merely a recovery plan, it's a profoundly empowering confidence plan. Once someone internalizes and understands these steps, the debilitating fear of falling begins to lose its pervasive power. And this seamlessly brings us to the next critical phase. What happens after? You are standing again, and crucially, how to prevent insidious delayed symptoms like sudden dizziness, unexpected fainting, or muscle spasms from catching you completely off guard. This next phase is arguably the most critically underestimated part of recovery. Many people mistakenly believe that once they're back on their feet, the danger has entirely passed. However, medical experts know that sometimes the real insidious risk truly begins only after you stand up. When the body transitions from a prone position on the floor to an upright standing posture, blood abruptly shifts downward again due to gravity. For an older adult, this sudden change can trigger a condition known as orthostatic hypotension, a sharp, potentially dangerous drop in blood pressure that can rapidly lead to debilitating dizziness, nausea, or even a terrifying second fall. Compounding this risk, adrenaline levels remain elevated from the initial shock, often masking the crucial warning signs until it's tragically too late. So, what is the precise life-saving protocol in those crucial 10 to 15 minutes immediately after standing? The essential first step is what medical professionals call the pause and pulse check. Once you have successfully reached a stable surface and are standing upright, remain either seated or firmly holding onto that support for 1 full minute. Utilize this minute to conscientiously take 3 deep restorative breaths. Simultaneously, lightly touch your pulse, either at your wrist or your neck. You're not trying to count the beats precisely. You are simply feeling for its rhythm and strength. If your heartbeat feels erratic, unusually fast, or unexpectedly faint, remain seated without hesitation and continue your deep breathing until your pulse steadies. This is your body's vital recalibration process, meticulously restoring proper blood flow. And if you feel even a hint of lightheadedness or unsteadiness, should you sit back down? Absolutely yes. Immediately return to the supported kneeling or seated position and recommence your conscious breathing. Never, under any circumstances, attempt to fight dizziness by forcing yourself to remain upright. According to a significant 2022 Harvard Medical Review focused on senior balance, the act of sitting or lying back down within 20 seconds of experiencing dizziness dramatically reduces the risk of fainting by a remarkable 70%. It provides your entire cardiovascular system with the essential time required to restore crucial equilibrium. This is profoundly powerful advice. It reinforces a critical mantra for aging adults: stability first, pride second. It's not about proving you're fine, it's about diligently ensuring you stay fine. Precisely. The very next equally vital step is hydration. A fall, particularly one that leaves someone on the ground for several minutes, frequently leads to a mild state of dehydration. This occurs because stress hormones released during the trauma pull water into the muscles and away from the general circulation. Consuming a small glass of water, taking just a few sips at a time, can astonishingly help restore your blood pressure and significantly reduce the chance of experiencing delayed weakness. And warmth also plays a critical role, especially if someone has been lying on a cold floor. Absolutely. Cold temperatures cause blood vessels to constrict, making it considerably harder for muscles to recover and for circulation to normalize. A warm blanket or even a light shawl can work wonders, helping to gently reopen circulation and calm the entire nervous system. If a family member or neighbor arrives to offer assistance, their immediate priority should not be to fuss or attempt to lift the individual. Instead, it is crucial to keep the person warm, well hydrated, and engaged in conversation. Speech actively keeps the brain engaged and prevents the slow, subtle drift into confusion that sometimes follows the profound shock of a fall. This point about mental orientation is truly critical. We often tend to focus exclusively on physical recovery, but mental clarity and orientation are just as vitally important. Speaking aloud, describing the events that transpired, even simply repeating where you are and what time it is, all serve as powerful anchors that help ground the brain and actively prevent disorientation from taking hold. And once all these steps are meticulously followed, breathing, pulse check, hydration, warmth, and mental orientation, then and only then should the decision be made regarding whether immediate medical attention is required. If there is any visible bruising, a persistent headache, or any change in vision, do not hesitate to call for help immediately. Even if you feel perfectly fine, it is always wise to inform your doctor within 24 hours. Minor internal injuries can often take time to reveal themselves, lurking unnoticed before surfacing. So this critical recovery window isn't about rushing through a checklist. It's about meticulously rebalancing. You are actively assisting your body in re-establishing its natural, vital rhythm after experiencing trauma. And that rhythm, once understood and controlled, is the profound difference between living in paralyzing fear and embracing empowering freedom. Because once you grasp this sequence, the debilitating fear of falling no longer controls you. You control it. This understanding perfectly sets the stage for our final, most crucial section: how to prevent future falls altogether by systematically retraining your balance, rebuilding your confidence, and strengthening your body, all without ever having to leave the comfort and safety of your own home. Let's talk about what unfolds after the immediate recovery window. The visible bruises eventually fade, and the initial shock gradually wears off, but often the most insidious symptom, fear, persists. Many seniors lament, "Doctor, I just don't trust my legs anymore." This paralyzing fear of falling again tragically prevents them from moving freely. And, with cruel irony, that very immobility becomes the catalyst that makes the next fall even more probable. This is one of the most vicious and heartbreaking cycles of aging. The very fear that initially seeks to protect you slowly transforms into the very force that weakens you most profoundly. Hundreds of times individuals physically recover, yet mentally they become prisoners. They live in a state of quiet, constant tension, perpetually bracing for another slip. And the nervous system has a long, vivid memory for fear. When it anticipates danger, it instinctively tightens muscles, shortens breathing, and actually distorts the delicate sense of balance. So the body begins reacting to an emotional fear rather than the physical reality of gravity. And that overcorrection, those stiff, shallow, hesitant steps, makes maintaining balance even more of an uphill battle. This is precisely why rebuilding confidence is just as critical, if not more so, than rebuilding physical muscle. It begins with what medical experts term micro-movements of safety. These are small, deliberate actions that powerfully remind your body that motion can, in fact, be safe again. For instance, before you even attempt to stand, intentionally place your hand firmly on a stable surface and consciously shift your weight from your heel to your toe 5 times. This seemingly simple action sends a clear, reassuring signal to your brain. We are moving and we are safe. This is such a powerful reframing because it takes something inherently mechanical, like standing, and transforms it into a profound communication between your mind and your body. And the science unequivocally supports this. A compelling 2023 study from the Tokyo Institute of Gerontology revealed that seniors who diligently practiced controlled micro-weight shifts just twice a day significantly improved their balance and dramatically reduced their fall anxiety scores by over 50% within a mere 4 weeks. Confidence, you see, is not simply a fleeting feeling. It is a vital skill that can be meticulously retrained through consistent, deliberate repetition. This concept of confidence as a skill is truly inspiring because we often mistakenly believe that courage must precede action. But in truth, it is courageous action that, over time, cultivates courage. So, what are the most effective, gentle exercises to meticulously retrain the body after a fall? We begin with 3 fundamental movements. The first is the wall glide. Stand with your back comfortably pressed against the wall, with your feet positioned approximately 6 inches forward. Gently slide down an inch, hold that position for 3 seconds, and then slowly rise back up. This exercise effectively reawakens the crucial thigh and hip stabilizer muscles, the very muscles that provide invaluable protection for your knees during unexpected balance shifts. The second exercise is the off-chair reach. Sit tall and erect in a sturdy, stable chair and extend one arm forward, then the other. While it appears deceptively simple, this movement powerfully activates the deep spinal muscles that are essential for maintaining upright posture during real-world movements, such as reaching for items on shelves or turning to look behind you. And the third essential movement is the one-palm ankle roll. There. While comfortably seated, gently rotate your ankles 5 times in each direction. This simple action significantly improves circulation, enhances mobility, and sharpens proprioception, your body's intricate internal map of its position in space. Most falls tragically begin when that vital internal map blurs or becomes unreliable. It's truly remarkable how these movements are simultaneously gentle yet profoundly scientific. They don't exhaust the body, instead, they meticulously educate it. Beyond these crucial physical exercises, it is imperative to also incorporate mental anchoring. Before standing or walking, advise individuals to silently repeat to themselves, "My body is stable, my breath is calm." This deliberate practice skillfully shifts focus away from paralyzing fear and towards empowering control. It's fundamental neurology. Conscious thought directly influences physical tension. When your brain genuinely believes you are stable, it automatically adjusts your posture and muscle tension to reflect that belief. This is something every listener can begin to try immediately, and consistency in practice matters far more than the duration of each session. Absolutely, just 5 minutes, diligently performed twice a day, can consistently rewire both your balance and your confidence. In one clinical setting, seniors who faithfully followed this micro-routine for just 1 month not only showed significant improvements in standardized balance tests, but a remarkable 83% also reported sleeping better. When you are no longer burdened by the pervasive fear of movement, your entire nervous system relaxes, even during the deepest hours of the night. Regaining strength after a fall isn't solely about rebuilding muscles. It is profoundly about reclaiming freedom, the freedom to walk without fear, to shower independently, to nurture a garden, to simply live normally. Again, fully and without reservation. You are not fragile, you are profoundly adaptable. Aging doesn't erase your inherent resilience. It merely asks that you practice it with greater intention and awareness. Each small movement, each conscious breath taken before you rise, is a powerful declaration that your body still belongs to you, entirely and unequivocally. Aging does not diminish our fundamental ability to rise. It simply asks that we learn to rise differently, with greater wisdom and intentionality. This is an incredibly powerful realization for anyone over the age of 60, because once you deeply understand and internalize the rhythm of true recovery, breathing, assessing, moving, balancing, you fundamentally stop fearing the floor. It transforms from a terrifying abyss into simply another surface from which you are fully capable of returning. And falling is not a mark of failure. It is invaluable information. It is your body sending a clear message, signaling that something requires your immediate attention. When we choose to listen to that message with patience and curiosity, rather than succumbing to panic, we heal smarter, recover faster, and emerge stronger. Individuals in their 90s have regained complete independence after severe falls, precisely because they learned how to rebuild trust in their bodies again. Trust, you see, is the very foundation of longevity and a life lived fully. This knowledge isn't meant to instill fear. It's designed to illuminate that safety isn't a matter of random luck. It is the direct result of proactive knowledge. The conscious breath that steadies you, the deliberate pause that protects you, the systematic method that gently lifts you back up. These are not merely emergency skills, they are absolutely essential life skills for graceful aging. The beauty of these techniques is that they are already inherently within your reach. Every listener today possesses the innate ability to cultivate calm, to move with profound intentionality, and to meticulously prepare both their home and their mind for unwavering resilience. This kind of preparation isn't morbid, it is profoundly empowering. In some cultures, this mindset is revered as the mind of safety, living with a state of readiness, not paralyzing fear. You practice it diligently, a little each day, so that when life inevitably presents its surprises, you are equipped to respond with wisdom, rather than merely reacting in panic. If you have ever felt that creeping anxiety about falling, let this be your definitive turning point. Start today with just one mindful breath before you stand. Take one intentional shift of weight before you walk. Every single small moment of heightened awareness is a powerful training session. And that training, one day, could quite literally save your life or the life of someone you deeply love. Remember, genuine recovery doesn't end the moment you stand up. It truly begins when you decisively believe that you are not broken. The body possesses an extraordinary capacity to heal what the mind believes is possible. Your thoughts can literally reprogram your balance system and rebuild coordination at any age. So stay curious, stay prepared, and above all, stay profoundly confident, because the incredible power to rise again has always been and will always be yours. Subscribe. Which advice will you start applying today?